Well, how about that, boys? Oh dear, it's gonna keep playing. Excuse me. Oh, the Halloween spectrum. Craziness. I found one of them. That's not the one I was looking for, but I'll try to find the other one. It's somewhere in there. I don't think it's gone. I think it's just kind of hidden in the archives. It's the archives that are always the issue. Once you've been around a while, archives become impenetrable. Well, I woke up 15 minutes ago, 2 miles from here or so. So I'm in a rush. Been in a rush all morning. I've been having trouble going to bed at night. Actually going to bed. Not trouble going to sleep. Just trouble going to bed and just sort of sit up and futz around. Don't do anything worth doing. I'm just playing. But I don't feel tired until I'm exhausted. So it was 1 o'clock in the morning when I finally made it to bed. It would sleep in about 30 seconds. Well, maybe a few minutes, but not long. Woke up one time after 4 hours and then slept another 4 hours. So that was good. I mean, that was kind of remarkable. I don't know what brought that on. Suddenly my body's decided it's going to function with some normality. So strange as it is. Anyway, good morning. Good morning. Saturday morning. We're not going to have a big crowd here today. Probably everybody's out cutting their grass. I'm paid to have my grass cut. I do have a neighbor, a next door neighbor. Sweet old boy. He's an old boy who was in the hospital. He's diabetes like me. It's got everything wrong with him. But he's out now and he's back. I mean, he cut my grass Thursday, I think. That really made it work. I need to get I need to get my ears cleaned. I've got wax in my ears, and it blocks occasionally. Not that my grandfather used to do this. He was deaf. He didn't do it to hear better. He did it because it itched, I guess. But he couldn't hear a thing. But he would just the most violent shaking Yeah, I need to talk to my generalist about getting my ears cleaned. Oh, Lord, I don't know what the name of life is, what's going on. I don't know, let's see, let me get to the comments here. Ricky Dishes is here. Coffee, mom, what's for breakfast? Yeah, let me go ahead, coffee, mom. Good morning. Mermaids to Chorus. Goodness sakes, Mermaids Chorus. Happy to see you. I met Mermaids Chorus. I wonder if I can find it. I met Mermaids Chorus at Aquashella last year. And I was stuck. She is the cutest young lady I think I've seen in ever. And she had a picture which I might, maybe not, I might have here.
Where are the albino plecos? Are they in the back?
Albino plecos. I think they're spread out. I don't know. All right, see if he'll know. I don't know where they are. Here it is. I found it. Where do you see this? It's so cool. Mermaid's Chorus gave me this as a gift. Isn't that wonderful? I was just so tickled. You see a resemblance? That neat. Let me get closer. From the distance, it looks a little strange. There. Is that cool or what? Thank you, Mermaid Chorus. I'm delighted to see you. Tristan, how am I today? Well, a little flustered. Can't get the wax out of my ears. Come on. Is that better? That's a little better. Oh. Radio shows, who says? Neil C. Vids. 15 minutes, no breakfast, right? I'm doing mince this morning. I don't even know if I have anything here for breakfast. Who says Joan Cruz? Joaquin Cruz. Nice to see you. Good morning. Oh, we'll get over the salutations in a minute here and get into the red meat of this live stream, whatever that might be. And actually, it's up to you. It actually and honestly is up to you. Like what, where, and when the red meat is. I usually do not come here with an agenda. I come with an open mind and an open heart and an open mouth. And we have somebody who did.
Do we have somebody that wants to sell us albino pleco?
So I have regular crystal nose and I have a final crystal nose.
Okay. All
Different
sizes.
sizes,
smaller.
yeah,
How much you? How many do you have?
couple of hundred.
Wow, I'll take them all.
Yep.
Yeah. How much you want for them?
I don't know.
Okay, I'll give you. You want money for that. You don't want store credit.
No.
Yeah. I can give you $1 a piece.
Right.
If you got 100, I'll buy 100 from you.
All right.
Okay,
So there's going to be mixed. I mean, there's some.
that's okay. Just make it the bigger ones,
Okay.
if you don't mind.
Yep.
That'd be terrific.
Yeah.
That'll help us, maybe help you.
I probably have about 800.
Oh my God.
It's just,
They're going, this man has got I'm on a live stream right now on YouTube.
I'll be moving them from 10 to 10 to 10.
Wow. Oh, that's wonderful.
I don't want to flush the eggs. I might have to at one point.
Yeah,
I'm taking the eggs out and putting them into bowls, the hats and.
Yeah. Wow, that's amazing.
Give me a couple of days, I'll bag a bunch of them up.
We're here 9 to 5 every day. We are closed on Sunday mornings.
Okay.
We're here in the afternoon sometimes,
Yeah.
not all the time.
All right,
So Sunday's kind of an off day, but yeah, look forward to it. Thank
do you
you.
have any pistols?
I do. I've got 2 species.
Okay,
I've got some, they're all over. Mostly they're in here and in there. They're young. They don't have a lot of color yet.
okay.
I have McMaster Eye and something else. I don't remember. There might be some in the back in those tanks. Show them those, the import tanks. Man's a breeder who just shown up at the door. And he says he has hundreds of bushy nose plecos. And we can always use bushy nose plecos. So that's kind of nice. That overestimated what it could pay. But I guess that's all right. We sell them for enough to make money on them. I can always. Oh, well. We'll just do it. That's all. I said I'd do it and I'll do it. Like that, right? Man of my word. Don't go back on my word. Offered him a buck a piece for him. I didn't even look at the list to see what I paid for him, but I'm sure it's that or more. For such for 2 inches, these are gonna be smaller. All right, let's see, we were looking at the commentary here. Let's see, Tristan, let's violent, but it feels so good. What are you talking about? Looks violent, but feels so good. I like hydroperoxide for cleaning rights. Well, I should do that, actually. I never do that, never try to get down in there. I don't use pitchforks or anything. Have Brenda drop a shrimp in my ear. That's a good idea. That there, hydrogen peroxide. There we go. There it is again. Okay, I'll do that. I'll do that. I do have a brand new bottle. I know after it sits for a while, it ain't a bit good. It just turns into water. Amazing about that, isn't it? You know what it is, don't you? It is water with an extra oxygen molecule, H2O2. It's water. It's water. That's all it is. It's water with a free oxygen, a free radical, if you will. It's got a free radical that is not stable, and which is why you have to keep the lid on it and keep it out of the sun, keep the light off it, because it's just kind of locked in there by the pressure of it being forced into it. In other words, by keeping the lid tight, you're keeping it in a closed container, which doesn't allow that extra oxygen molecule to exchange. You all know this. Why am I doing it? Anyway, fish family. Hello. Caleb's here. One of your lives, you mentioned you were able to get a stump to put in your aquarium. Where's the best place to find a stump for free? That's an easy one. Go into a heavily wooded area and just walk around and you'll find one. Eventually you will find one. And when you do, dig it up. It could be immense, so you may not be able to. You're looking for something that you can manage. If you can take a wheelbarrow with you, or at least find it and come back with a wheelbarrow, that'll allow you to get it out of there. And then it'll be full of dirt, so you want to wash it off good. Soak it a bit if you can. If you got a creek or something nearby or a pond, you can put it in just to kind of soak it out, get the dirt out of it, and then you're good to go. You're looking for something basketball size or maybe a little larger. If it's too big, it'll be too heavy to handle. And it'll be either a hardwood or a softwood, and the difference matters. If it's a softwood like a pine tree, it's gonna deteriorate very quickly, and that's okay. Because that simply builds up, tannins in the water. And they give you a softer water as well. And they give you acid water, it'll give you a very unique environment. If it's farm wood, it'll deteriorate, but very slowly, you won't even notice it. In either case, it likely is to turn the water red or a dark brown. So to overcome that, you probably will need to do water changes or a hang on the back of canister with charcoal in it, carbon. That will take it out, and then you have to change it once it stops working. So anyway, it's great fun. I got a 150 set up in my old shop with a big stump from a pine tree that rotted out. And it was wonderful. I had a lot of the pistons and brands in it. I had neons or cardinals in it. Pistos, did I say that? All kinds of snails, a lot of bulb plants, which was pretty cool. It was a very, very neat thing. I didn't change the water a lot, so it was kind of hard to see into it. But I had fished on it, and they was really wonderful. One of your lives, I mentioned, this was a while back. No. And thank you for remembering that, kid. Draw out in front, Pyrolatry from Miami. My brother is a pyrolatrist. You'll find some of his work on our website. The wood burning, if that's what you do. The pyro. You may use fire. Thank you. Look forward to seeing what you got. Pyrolatry. Yeah, my brother was it's not something he did in any way professionally. He was a Marine, Special Services, and then went into the locksmith business and became a rep for a number of the larger locksmith companies, and was eventually elected president of the International Locksmith Association, on which he still serves as a board member. Pretty straight arrow guy, pretty tough guy, but the gentlest, sweetest person you'd ever want to meet. He served on the president's helicopter guard under Johnson. That was the first official president's helicopter. Prior to that, they used Navy copters. But when he started, they had the first official president's helicopter. That was a long time ago, back in the 60s. And he's my neighbor. He lives 2 doors down. So we're back with. That's really why I moved to Florida. I mean to back to Maryland to be back close to family. You're so sweet. It was wonderful to meet you. Well, you too, Mermaid Stories. That was great fun. I was so disappointed that they canceled Coachella this year. We will be going to, I'm sorry, from the Clash, Keystone Clash. We will be going to Coachella this year. That'll be September 12th, 13th, I think, that weekend. It's Saturday and Sunday. We got Friday to set up, and then it's open Saturday and Sunday. We might just go up Saturday morning. I don't know. We can get there till noon if we do, but probably not a good idea because the crowd will be coming in hard early. So we really need to get there on Friday and set up. Anyway, that's going to be interesting. And in the process, we're kicking off a bunch of new things that I think will radically redefine who and what Father Fish is online. We're going to make a serious effort to get some of their product into pet shops, into tropical fish store. Don't know what the reception's gonna be. Just at this point, have no idea at all. But we may find people saying, we don't want that in here. Or others saying, wow, really? Love it. So we'll see. Either way, we're gonna do it because we need to do it. We need to expand our horizons here. People are so talented, Tristan. Yeah, it's amazing, and that when you put your mind to something, and it's just remarkable what you can do. It's a matter of being persistent. As a teenager, I was not persistent. I'd take something on. Well, maybe in some ways I was. I think about, I did darkroom photography as a child. I did color, but it came later. I did that as a young man. But I was doing darkroom black and white photography as a child, taking pictures, developing them. I had a little corner of the basement closed off, and Dad helped me get the chemicals from a local pharmacist who we got to meet in Glen Burnie, Maryland. And he was all about helping me set up. It's really a very, very simple process, but it's like magic. It's wonderful. I did that for, I don't know, years. I think I moved it when I was 16. But then shortly after that, I got a girlfriend, and that kind of took up all my available time. I wasn't into stuff then, I was into her. Not literally, mind you, not literally. I was a good boy until I got divorced, and then I wasn't a good boy anymore. I got corrupted by the world. There's a story I'm not trying to tell it. And probably won't. Pretty dishes, if you wanted to buy, I guess, current substrate with sand, could I do that instead of tearing down the whole tank? We're working on something right now. You can buy the supplement and freeze it in ice cubes, put it in some water, thick. You want it thick like mud. Freeze it in ice cubes and then push that down into the dirt. What we're working on right now is making it into a gel cube that'll be water soluble. We haven't come up with the right formula yet, or the right material. We're working with agar right now to see if that's going to work. We need something that we can harden it in, so that we put it through water into the substrate that will dissolve over time. It doesn't need to dissolve instantly. We're also looking at non-flavored gelatin. That's likely not going to work because it won't be able to hold up at room temperature. Probably. We're going to try it. It may be that we'll have to put it in slightly larger things in a cube or a bag, or I don't know what. Maybe we'll put it in a small plastic bag. You squeeze it out, cut it off. That would work. Anyhow, we're experimenting with this to see how we can do the supplement in a form that will allow you to put it through water down into the substrate without it dissolving into the water column. Anyone with any brilliant suggestions, we're absolutely open to anyone who's smarter than we are. So looking forward to, we're working on that right now. We hope to have something together in fairly short order, unless it gets to be complicated, and then we'll have to come up with another way to do the same thing, so we'll see. The idea, it was pretty dishes. What you want to do is, whatever your current substrate is, if it is not 2 inches of sand, then add sand to it. Get some clean wash sand, we use cool filtered sand. Pour that in right on top of everything else. If it'll vary something, about will lift it up. Plants will generally do fine. If they're too deep, you can kind of jiggle them, get them up a little bit, and then put the sand in. Usually, however, it's not a problem. And it's just sand is not going to hurt most plants, unless they're real short and tiny, which creates a whole other issue. You can put the sand in another spot. It will tend to level out, so don't expect it to stay that way. And then the trick is to get some material into that sand. And the best way to do that, prior to our having our gelatinous supplement, is to build a food web, to put leaves and mulch, not mulch, but rubble, fine small rubble from a creek or a stream. Ponds tend not to have it. You might find some. That ponds tend to deteriorate more quickly and just turn into mud. But you're looking for a broken down pieces of wood, tiny pieces of wood and leaves, other vegetable matter that is deteriorating. You know, anything fresh and green. And take that up by the handful. Set it up in a separate container because it's going to grow out all kinds of live animal fuels. All sorts of microbiology are going to be occurring in that. And then take that out in small amounts and put it in your tank. That will build the one of the key elements of the food web, which is the microscopic chewers. These are the guys that break down the waste that falls to the bottom into small enough portions that can get down into the sand and become part of the soil. So they're really a vital part of a natural aquarium and pretty easy to do. By building up that web to the point where you've got an inch or so, at least in 1 or 2 places in the tank. You generally don't want it in the whole thing, but I like it personally. There are those who would rather have a clean, open area in front. The more natural would be for it to be layered with that on top of the sand. That enriches the sand, allows you to grow carpeting plants, which will cover up that to an extent, but still allow the microscopic light to be able to get down into it. Anyway, that's roughly the picture of the formula. So if you get that, you will have, in a matter of a few months, a soil layer because it'll build up. Anyway, all of that. Well, thank you for that question. That was pretty dishes. We haven't met yet. You know what I need to do? I need to get over on YouTube so I can find it. How do I get to read it? So I can pass out wrenches. I mean, I haven't passed out wrenches in forever. What's this funny? I've got body fish up twice. Very odd. 7 on one and 10 on the other, which means I'm not going to be seeing. I got to stay on the other one to type. And this is, I guess I need stuff. I know what this is. I think I know what this is. Oh, I do know what this is. And it shouldn't matter. Okay. It's 2 screens, one for your phone and one for a desktop. So let me get in. Boy, not much of a lag, which is nice. Let's see, color fish. Well, that's wholesale. I'll charge more than that, but I am buying 100 at a time. So I can afford to do that. But if I then have to turn around and charge $4 to $5 in order to be able to make enough money to make it worthwhile carrying them. And that's really a function of covering the overhead. Let's see, hang on. Let me get the top chat and the things to live chat. And I want to put the link in, so let me go back and get the link. We'll get set up here. At some point, we need to get set up before I come on. Okay, we've got it. What is that? What is that? I just posted it. Something that was in. Good grief. And let's get rid of that. Delete one of them. What I was trying to do. In the world. Well. Oh, Lord. I can't get the link. Because let's see, I just delete that, see what comes up. Nothing. Here we go. Oh, this is too weird. Sharing, stop sharing, start sharing. I'm not getting the URL up. I tell you, it's been too long since I messed with this. My brain doesn't work anymore. Let me do this. Let me drop off and come back. I'll be back. Just hang tight. I'll be back. I'll be back in about 15 seconds. Okay, I got it now. Copy. Paste. Okay, I got the link up. Now let's get over to YouTube and put it in the gracious. We should have this done. There it is. Let's have this done in message. Okay, we have the link pin. Now let's see if we can. Oh, talking about cleaning my fingers. That gets rid of stuff. Woke up this morning, one of my pumps working slowly. Been trying to diagnose the problem. Pump working slowly. What kind of pump? Is it a canister? Is it a hang on the back? Is it an air vibrator? Is it a water pump? What kind of pump you're talking about? Who is packing your pill capsules? I don't think they're going to be pills. What we're trying to figure out, Neil, is how to make a gel that can harden and still be soluble in water. How to make a Jello how to make Jello, how to make Aqua Credit supplement into a Jello in a tray that's maybe half an inch, 3/4 of an inch thick, that we can cut with a knife into cubes, package, and be able to ship it out and still have it in some kind of usable form that will not turn into water, and be able to put it down into the substrate through the water column without it instantly dissolving in the water. So that's the concept. What this will do is it'll allow people who have gravel tanks, for example, to be able to turn their tank into a dirty tank without emptying the tank. And that's really the whole idea. If you put a lot of time and effort into escaping your tank, you really don't want to tear it down. Or if it's a big tank, you may not want to tear it down. So we're looking for a way to be able to get a supplement into your substrate without dissolving it in the water column in the meantime. Good luck to us, cinnamon girl. Good morning, good morning. Nice to see you. Kristen is here. Good morning, Kristen. Okay, we deleted that. I don't know what that was all about. I put in 2 things there that were something this is dangerous. There's something I had on my clipboard and didn't realize it when I went to put the link in. That's what popped up. So that's also since I've gotten you on the live stream. William Avery, happy to see you, William. There's another old time. William was around when we were doing live streams 5 years ago. Wonderful. All right. Oh, that's interesting. You broke that down into three separate posts. Huh. Okay. So maybe it didn't. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Let me know the post. Have I covered everything? Yes, I think I have. Yeah. All right. So let me get back over to StreamYard now. Let's see. I did want to do Tristan needs a rent. Wow. That's interesting. That is moderated. There it is. Standard mod. Okay, good. You're getting back into harness here. Joaquin Cruz. So Joaquin. And that's mine. So what we're creating here is an environment in which everybody is a moderator. It's what we've done from the beginning, so we're continuing that process. Let me see if I can get back into StreamYard now. Christian is saying perhaps a premix in powdered form that could be turned into gelatin juice by the purchaser with diluted instructions provided by the user. That's an interesting idea. So it'd be kind of a 2-step process. But it would be dirt, really. But you put it in you put water in it. It'd be kind of like the ice cube thing. Only without having to freeze it, maybe refrigerate it, turn it into jello. Interesting idea. That probably the two-step process. Interesting. That's a good backup plan. If we can't do it otherwise, what I'd rather do is keep it simple. So that you just open the bag, take out the cube and stick it down in there. But the difficulty is finding material, a gelatin or an agar that's going to actually dissolve in water. And I think the problem with agar is that it does not. It's used as a growth material for tiny plants in laboratory settings, but you have to clean it off the roots to be able to plant the plant. Anyhow, we'll look at that. The box is coming in this week. We'll see how that works. And we will probably try the gelatin also. Maybe putting it in a bag would work. That way, when it comes out, it may be wet, but still rattling. Sounds like it'll be a problem. We'll see. We also thought about the melting bags that are used to put fine kinds of soft fish bait on hooks. When you drop them in, they dissolve very quickly. They're able to get the soft food down to the bottom before it falls off the hook. There are such things. I tried at one point, felt like it dissolved too quickly to really be usable. Anyway, if we can find a way to do this, it'll give us an added product line or an added product item in our product line that will help folks who have tanks that are not dirted tanks and don't want to break their tank down. The way to be able to do that. We'll see. A good idea, Kristen. Put that one on the list. That may very well be what we wind up doing. If it's in gelatin form coming right out of the fridge, it would be easy enough to get that down in there. It might be awfully soft. I don't know. We'd have to have a lot of gel in it so it would set up pretty firm. And then I assume it's going to dissolve completely in water. That's the other trick, is to put it in water and see how quickly it dissolves and how completely. I would assume gelatin will. Anywho, working on that. Saturday morning. Okay, anybody else here? Were you actually Dumbledore at one point? That is a wonderful picture, isn't it? Naresh made that. I never played that in a dramatic production or lived in a wizardry castle. Afraid not. But I love the costume. One might also consider it an aged sage of the Middle Ages. That would be an appropriate, what's the word? Not aberration. It needs to apply to something, not application, not adaptation, not aberration. Flying that insists on trying to find food on me, the way it's eggs on me, got off the thing. Kill it. Got my swatter. What is that word? It means to apply to something. I make Snello for snails and freeze the gelatin cubes. I break down the water flow. Well, okay. If that's true, then that might very well work. We're making some up. You're using gelatin, okay. The issue is whether it will stay at room temperature for an extended period of time. Because we have to ship it out. So it has to be able to stand at room temperature. The agar will stand at room temperature, but I'm not sure it will dissolve in water. Gelatin is gonna get watery. I don't know how long it'll stand at room temperature. So your idea of doing it in a dry form may be what we wind up doing if we can't figure out another way to do this. I'm not aware of any gelatin food or gelatinized medicines or gelatinized anything else that can be put in a fish tank to dissolve. And I think the problem is maybe packaging, but also probably room temperature. So we may not be able to pull this off the way we think we can. Putting it in a bag, I don't know. And they're breaking all pieces of it. I don't know. It's going to take some experimenting. Probably if we can come up with a way to do it, we should patent the process, because I got a hunch that this is going to be a bear to figure out. Are there any fish you can actually raise in your fish tank? You can eat later on as a healthier than store-bought fish. Well, yes. Anything that grows large enough, quickly enough to make it worth doing. Oscars come to mind. But the trouble with this is it's a 6-month to a 1-year process. So you've got to be willing to tolerate throwing them out for a while. Now, it depends on when you want to harvest them too. I mean, if you want to harvest a 3-inch fish, it is edible. You may not enjoy it. You probably want to get it 5 to 6 inches as a minimum to make it something you can pan fry or maybe even fillet. Almost any fish will do. Pacu are a good one because they grow fast. Any fish that grows fast, pacu certainly do. Oscar certainly do. Tilapia is the commercial one. There are not a lot of tilapia that are still available on the market. We used to be able to get them all the time. Madagascar, what was it called? Not Madagascar. The mouth brooder. Egyptian mouth brooder. I haven't seen those in years. But that's a fish that grows very fast. It's very prolific. And will become an edible fish. Keep in mind, fish are fish, and most of them are edible. The only ones that are not there are none that are not, probably. There's some may be too much trouble or too complicated, well, too much trouble, or I don't think I'd want to eat angelfish. I mean, you can turn them into a chip, I guess. A little small fish you can eat by deep frying them. Generally, the bone will be salt enough you can just swallow the whole thing. I might mention, while I'm on the subject, when I lived on Cat Island, we lived right on the water. We got out in the creek all the time and caught all manner of things. I brought my Cambodian friends down, and we went out and looking for soft crabs. And they collected all these little fish and crabs and all kinds of little stuff. We were putting things in a stew pot to cook them, and they were throwing in all the little minnows, the little shrimp, the tiny little crabs, anything that was alive went in the pot. Uncleaned, mind you, not gutted, in the pot. And they ate it. and they live through it. So you can eat anything near anything that's not toxic. You can eat anything coming out of the sea pretty much. I don't know much that's toxic in the sea. I dare say there are things that are inedible. There are some things I would not want to eat, kind of under any circumstances, but you'd be amazed what does get eaten. Slugs, for example, are a popular food item on the Japanese menu. Who knew? I wouldn't eat that muddy mess, but they clean them out and it's a delicacy. So there are lots of delicacies in the sea that you can eat. Just a matter of getting into it. Greg 3G is up. Let's bring Greg up and say hello. See if I can get to him. Well, he went away that quick. He was here and gone. Maybe he'll be back. One never knows. Christian, everything is edible once. Now that's an interesting comment. Everything is edible once. By the creature who is eating it. You can only eat your food once. But once you have eaten your food, the remnants of that, the waste product of that, if you will, gets eaten by other critters, microbes, for example. There are, let's see, is he back? It's on screen, he's back. We're going to try it again. There we are. Greg,
Hey, Funny Fish.
how are you?
I'm doing very well, but as usual, when I come up on y'all stream, I have a echo and a delay.
Right. Okay, so you know how to handle it at this point. So you're on Shopify, on StreamYard, and have either turned your volume off on YouTube or are no longer on YouTube. So welcome. Nice to have you with us. Let me get you full screen here so we can see this. I think you can still hear me, can't you?
Okay, I'm sorry. The big delay here is just kind of aggravating. These are my electric green glow angels.
Wow. Oh, they're pretty. Can you hear me? He's not hearing me. I don't know why this is.
I can hear you, but everything we say is repeating over and over and over, so there's like no space for me to talk.
Okay, what you need to do is turn off the volume on your YouTube channel.
The other thing is I go up on other people's stream and I never have a problem. I did.
Oh, good. Can you hear me now?
I can.
There we go. Yeah, you were getting an echo. It's
I'm
what's
still
happening.
getting the replay is what's killing me. It replays every word you say and I say.
Yeah, it's because you're on YouTube. You're not on Shopify. So you should be able to be on Shopify. You are in it. You're just not on it.
Okay.
What are they? Oh, they say you're little baby reds. Wow.
Yeah, these are the Starfires.
Nice.
And a bunch of Malaysian trumpet snails.
Oh, I love them. My favorite snail, I think.
I'm gonna take you out of the stand. It may get kind of crazy.
Okay. Is that a paradise? No, the
This is a
garage,
paradise,
that's a paradise, yeah.
and these are rainbow cichlids.
Oh, yeah, they're an easy one to spawn. It's a nice little fish. Got a trio of them.
I have 4 of the rainbow cichlids, and every 10 days I have eggs, but I've yet to have any babies.
Really? Huh.
I can show you.
You may not have a male.
I can show you over here. This is kind of like my grow out area. This rock right here has about 200 or 300 rainbow eggs on it.
Oh, wow. What kind of fish? What kind of fish is that, Craig? Those guys.
The rainbow
Okay.
rainbow cichlids on that rock.
Oh, okay. I got it. Leave them in with the parents next time.
I've done that so many times. I've done that. I mean, they've had like 30 chances.
You may not have a male. Are you sure you have a male?
I'm thinking I don't have a male. I agree.
Yeah, that may be. What beautiful fish. Really nice.
This tank's been set up. This tank's been set up since 2020, in your father fish style.
Wow. 6 years. Nice. Nice.
This is kind of bad looking, but it's a bunch of baby plecos and baby angels.
Oh, cool. Nice. What are you feeding them?
I feed mainly first bites and like the Co-op's magic fry food. I used to
Okay,
do
so
brine shrimp for the longest time, but I'm just lazy. I don't do it anymore.
I know. Know what you mean. Cinnamon says, hello, you're her favorite angel guy.
There's a mama guppy with a bunch of babies. All right, yeah, I'm a favorite angel guy.
Right.
Bunch more babies.
Mercy.
I got some least killifish, some blue-eyed grommy.
Least Kelly's, that's a Formosa. It's the smallest live bearer. The tiniest live bearer. They're wonderful little fish. They're very gentle fish. It's kind of funny. They're common to Florida and temperatures in that range. They range around Mississippi, Louisiana, southern Texas. They're very common fish. So is the so-called mosquito fish, the gambusia. Curiously, they both are mosquito larvae eaters, but the gambusia are used by state mosquito control as a culture to control mosquitoes, and the gambusia is a really nasty fish. It's also a live bearer. Oh my, look at this. I have got to get some of these guys. Are you enjoying the skippers? Look at this. I have not done mud skippers, and I really want to do it. That's an easy way to do it too.
I love the mud skippers. They're little hams.
Oh, I've got to get some. I've been wanting to do it for the longest time, and I just keep putting it off and putting it off. They're commonly available. They're not hard to get. They're on my wholesalers list every week. I'm gonna bite the bullet and do it. I've got an acrylic tank here I can set up for them. Really nice.
Yeah,
Love your range.
they're very cool, and a lot of people say they have to be brackish water, but mine is still like straight fresh.
Yeah, I think if it's just hard water, it's fine. I want to set up a mud flat. So I'm going to try to do something that'll have water sloping down into the water and up and out of it, so they can come up out of it. The ideal, of course, is to be able to replicate tidal water, so that your water level is falling slowly and then rising back up. That tends to be complicated. Ads Canada has got
What's for the 40, the big, the white one, the one that we got from the pond,
that are in here.
the rescue ones that are.
They're not koi. They're goldfish.
They're just regular goldfish.
They're regular
for
goldfish.
sale?
Yeah,
They just
$25.
that.
Uh, Yeah. Yeah, they're not koi.
Okay.
Anyway, Ads Canada has built a magnificent tidal pool tank that you got to see. It's about 5,000 gallons, I guess, or 2,000 gallons, some monstrous thing that's so well regulated and set up that it actually replicates tidal activity. It's got coral reef fish in it, as well as any number of tidal pool fish, including, I don't know if he's got mud skippers in it yet, but he certainly will be able to. Well worth watching. That channel has exploded into something absolutely magnificent. It's a young man who started the channel and moved to the Philippines. I think he is Filipino, and used his income from YouTube, which became very popular. It became, started getting pretty good money to build an ant home that he lived in, a beautiful big home in the woods that he's converted into some of the most magnificent displays that you can even imagine. Well worth watching. He just won an international award as an educational channel, I believe. Young man in his early 30s, I would guess now. It's Ads Canada, AC. Magnificent. I joined his channel many years ago. Was kind of away for a while, just got back into it. Was gobsmacked by what he's doing. Wish I could remember the name of it. There's a guy who made like 5 separate tags that mimic a mangrove park. Yeah, that's it. It's AC. Ads Canada. Likely that's it. Just amazing. When someone who turned into freshwater, and that's what he's done. He had a freshwater system that we just lost Greg. Has a freshwater system that he's back. All right, we'll get back to it. What do we do?
No, I'm still here.
Let's see you are. Get you
I was
back
going
up.
to show you some other fish, but my lights aren't on.
All right. Well, thank you for coming up, Greg.
Thanks for having me, Father Fish. Love your show.
I do want to get together with you. Be sure to be in touch. Are you on Discord?
Thanks for having me. I'm gonna get out of here with all this technical difficulty.
Thank you, Greg. Happy to see you. Bye for now. Greg's been with us for a long time. Started out doing Father Fish started tanks, like Christian and Cinnamon and so many others, and found it so easy to be able to raise and breed fish that they now have fish rooms with dozens of tanks, and have developed a hobby that is just in in very many ways all consuming. I also noted somebody made a comment that there was somebody online who was eating everything. That eating, now here it is, trying to eat every fish, tetras, volleys, you name it. Well, they're all edible. And truly, you don't need to cook them, although I would. You got to be careful about this. Let me just forewarn anyone who's into trying eating raw creatures from the sea or whatever. There was a young man a few years ago who took a dare as a teenager to eat a slug. Now, you all know what slugs are. Tomato slugs. I got them in my backyard. They crawl up the door every night in the summer. Big, nasty, slimy things. He ate one. It killed him. It gave him a disease that affected his brain. He lived for a year or two. It was incurable, and he died from it. You want to be careful what you eat. Don't eat something that's just because it's weird, because it may be weird for a reason. There are reasons why we are repulsed by certain things, because they are in fact repulsive. So don't make fun and mock someone who goes yuck or ick, even though it may be a 3 or a 4-year-old. If it's something you're eating and that you enjoy, they'll come around because they'll see you enjoying it, and at some point they'll want to try it. I have some friends who have a set of twins. They're now just turned 7. They have very, very, very restricted dietary taste. They will not eat nearly anything. They will eat a very, very narrow range of food. As a result, they got no fat on their bones. They're both very skinny. They're very healthy, very bright little boys. But it's very difficult for them to try anything new. Now, I think as they're growing up and getting a little older, they're taking more control of that in their lives and beginning to try new kinds of things, realizing that they really don't need to live that way. A little tiny kid doesn't have any control, not over something like that. It's either something they like or something they don't like, and they can't do much about what they like or don't like. But that is a pattern that we grow out of, to whatever extent we do. Eating and food. I haven't had breakfast yet. I guess that's what got me thinking about food. Where are we going time-wise? We're here for an hour. Guppies, Olivia's. Let's see. Connect the note. Not AC. Oh, that's interesting. Oh. Greg is on Discord. Oh, good. Okay. Go, send me a DM, Greg, please. Fatherfish mini biota is what I was talking about. Mini biota. Let me just get that before I lose something. Sorry for the dead man. We're up against boxing here. Mini biota is not coming up. Microbiota comes up. No mini biota. We put a spin to that name. Yes, it does. Mini biota. There we go. Subscribe. Okay, I've got it. cool. Oh, he's got a lot of bugs too. That's neat. That's some really fascinating things. Good, we'll take a look at this. Looks like he might. Can't tell, looks like he might have deep substrate in some of his plants. We will get into that. That's pretty cool. All right, get back over here, Kristen. No audio, says Liberty, but probably it's not me. Oh, we got it. Good. Yeah, look forward to watching that. All right, we're into this for an hour. I'm gonna shut it down. I will not be back tomorrow. I will be back Monday morning. I'm gonna do 10 o'clock. If I can figure out how to adjust my my sleep schedule and my lifestyle, I may try to start earlier. At this point, I'm gonna stick with 10 o'clock and we'll range an hour to 2 hours. We'll go over an hour, then depending on activity and how I feel, we'll run upward to 2 hours. We will cut off at 2 hours. And I'll do this daily. I think I'm gonna do Monday through Friday. I think I will not do Saturday. We'll just see how it goes. Let's see, Christian says, my 5.5-year-old granddaughter started showing MTS symptoms. She wants angelfish, toy cats, and a goat's night with a 20. Well, all right. Wonderful. How old she is? 5.5. That's great. That's wonderful. That's a great age to start too, because you're old enough to actually be able to manage something. And these systems are so simple that a 5-year-old really can do them. They can set them up and they can run them. So be real interested in seeing how your granddaughter does, Christian. That's great news. All right, we're gonna blow out of here. Let me see if I can get an outro. I got something for outro. What have I got here? 13. I got the song. Let's do this. Let's do the song. Nice to see you all. God bless you all. Looking forward to being with you every morning. Bye for now. Love you all.
Well, I love my little fish as they swim through their home, drifting through the water where the gentle currents roam. When the sunlight finds them, all their colors start to shine, painting little rainbows in this peaceful